Hey there, I'm Richard Brandt, Monos Historian, and you're watching Stream It Now. VUDU added 80 more free movies today. And while we've seen a lot of the same titles making the rounds of other sites, there's also quite a few big movies showing exclusively on VUDU. We start off with the suspense thriller Six Plots, the romantic comedy Alberta, the horror sequel Antisocial 2, the documentary The Aryans, Val Kilmer and Mira Sorvino in At First Sight, the Spanish drama At Your Doorstep, the showbiz profile Ava Gardner, Life is Bigger Than the Movies, the Irish thriller Banshee Blacktop, Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins in The Bounty, the documentary Boy 23, The Forgotten Boys of Brazil, Michael J. Fox in Bright Lights, Big City, the documentary Bully, Kirk Douglas in A Story of the Birth of Israel, Cast a Giant Shadow, Audrey Hepburn and Shirley MacLaine in The Children's Hour, the Oscar-winning Edward Snowden documentary Citizen 4, John Schneider in the paranormal thriller Conjurer, Roman Coppola's semi-biographical CQ, the art documentary Crucifixion, The Holy Scandal, the profile of a 90-year-old dance teacher dancing with Maria. A Different American Dream looks at the impact of the North Dakota oil boom on the native tribes. The crime thriller Easy Money, the documentary The Fabulous Life of Elizabeth V.J. LeBrun, Katie Couric's food documentary Fed Up, John Cusack, Nicolas Cage, and Vanessa Hudgens in the true crime story The Frozen Ground, Marlon Brando in The Fugitive Kind, the British comedy Gangsters, Gamblers, and Geezers, the horror thriller Grindstone Road, the Halloween story Grow Up, Tony Phillips, Jason Lee, Selma Blair, and Julia Stiles in A Guy Thing, the latest Hellraiser installment, Hellraiser Judgment, the salvaging of World War II's biggest aircraft in Hitler's mega plane, Daniel Radcliffe in the supernatural thriller Horns, John Wayne and William Holden in John Ford's Civil War drama The Horse Soldiers, Master P, Snoop Dogg, and Gary Busey in Hot Boys, Keenan Ivory Wayans and I'm Gonna Get You Sucka, Lake Bell's comedy of voice actors In a World, Ethan Hawke and Val Kilmer in Joe the King, the showbiz profile Jennifer Lopez Dance Again, the suspense thriller Jordan, the profile of jazz great Clark Terry Keep On Keepin' On, the French mega hit La Cage aux Folles and the meh sequel La Cage aux Folles 2, Donnie Yen in the historical epic The Lost Bladesman, Nigel Hawthorne and Helen Mirren in The Madness of King George, Julian Schnabel's provocative Mideast drama Mural, the sequel Monsters Dark Continent, the children's film Moo Moo, and The Three Witches, Kenneth Branagh's Much Ado About Nothing, the sci-fi thriller Muse, Drew Barrymore and Hugh Grant in Music and Lyrics, Nora Jones, Rachel Weisz, and Natalie Portman in My Blueberry Nights, Charlie Sheen in Navy SEALs, Daryl Hammond and Dave Foley in Nether Beast Incorporated, Lou Diamond Phillips in the thriller Never Forget, Sarah Polley in Hal Hartley's fantasy No Such Thing, William H. Macy in Panic, the horror thriller The Pool, Mickey Rourke and Eric Roberts in The Pope of Greenwich Village, Maggie Smith in Quartet, the documentary Reagan vs. Gorbachev, Duel at the Top, Bill Maher's documentary Religulous, Minnie Driver and David Duchovny in the romantic comedy Return to Me, the showbiz profile Rita Hayworth and Men Created the Goddess, Sean Connery and Michelle Pfeiffer in The Russia House, the meta-horror movie Save Yourself, the animated feature Saving Santa, Marlon Brando and his Oscar-winning co-stars Red Buttons and Miyoshi Umeki in Sayonara, the documentary Sergei Lifar, Revolution in Dance. Pierce Brosnan is a bad guy in Shattered. Will Smith is a smooth-talking con man in 6 Degrees of Separation. The documentary Stalin's Daughter. The documentary A Struggle for Home, the Crimean Tatars. Jenna Dewan in the horror thriller Tamara. The documentary The Travel Agent. Terrence Stamp in the drama Unfinished Song. Kirk Douglas and Tony Curtis in Richard Fleischer's epic The Vikings. Amanda Bynes in What a Girl Wants, and Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal in When Harry Met Sally.